Good afternoon, this is the PlugSeeker. Welcome to another episode. So in today's episode, I am going to be going for a weekend away. I'm going to be going down to the New Forest, a bit of a relaxation. And we've decided to treat ourselves, and we have hired a Tesla Model S for the weekend. And it's the 100D version. And I'll put a little detail here about the specs of this car. But many of you are obviously very familiar with the Tesla Model S. Now, I'm going to be driving it for the weekend, which will include a bit of driving on the motorway down to the New Forest and some nice driving through the country. So a bit of everything. It's a lovely sunny weekend, so I couldn't have really chosen a better weekend to be driving it. Now, obviously, a load of you have got Teslas, and this is old news to you. But I've been a Leaf driver for the last 7 years, ever since I moved to EVs. And apart from a brief stint where I borrowed an i3 for a week, I've really only ever driven the Leaf. So this will be the first time I have driven any kind of Tesla. Now, I've sat in Teslas before and I've had lifts from Teslas and things, so I've been in a Tesla. But this will be the first time the PlugSeeker has got behind the wheel of a Tesla. And so I'm really looking forward to this. It should be great fun. So I'll try to get a bit of video footage of me driving the car, and also at the end I'll give you my thoughts on what it's like to drive a Tesla from the point of view of a Leaf driver. So I'm going to be going over now to go and pick up the car from EV Vision, which is the car hire company which I'm going to be borrowing it from. If you've never heard of them, there's a link to their website here. I would definitely recommend them. They've been really helpful, really nice people, and yeah, they also do, as well as short-term hires, they also do long-term loans as well. So if you're interested in that, please check them out. So I'm going to go drive down now to their Kent branch to go and pick up the Tesla, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so this is the PlugSeeker. I am in the Tesla. Right, wow. So nice, very comfortable place to be. Really comfortable car. Now I didn't connect the GoPro. I will try and do that a little bit later in the journey. But because of that, you are going to get a few of the bumps of the road because I'm filming this at the moment with my iPhone. So I am being super careful with this literally brand new car. This car has done only 330 miles in its life. Yeah, I am being very careful. The chap who showed me around was extremely helpful. Showed me all the little gadgets. Well, showed me some of the gadgets. I mean, the number of different gadgets on this car was amazing. Now, bear in mind, I am by no means a motor journalist of any description, and I am also not an expert on the technical specs of this car. So all I am going to be able to tell you is what it feels like as a 7-year Leaf driver to now be taking a spin in a Tesla. So this is going to be just my gut feelings. It's nothing more exciting than that. Obviously I'm used to driving electric cars, so I do come at it as an EV driver, but I've not driven many high-powered cars before. Fastest I've ever had is an MX-5 convertible. So I've never really been in a car of this sort of power and magnitude, even when I used to drive ice cars. So this is a real experience for me, I have to say.
Roundabout and take the second exit.
Okay. Oh, this is amazing. It really is. I'm almost scared to really put the full accelerator down in this thing. It feels like an untamed beast that's about to just go wild. When I get on the M25, I will give it a little bit of a welly. Right, okay. But as yet, I'm still getting the hang of it. So I've got 283 miles on the GOM at the moment. That is set with, so there's a little bit of a leeway. It's not charged fully to 100%. But for my trip today, that really should be more than enough. When you consider my Leaf does 80 or 90 miles on the motorway, then that's more than enough for me. And I would like, if I get a chance, to try the one of the Tesla superchargers, because I think I've got to have the whole rounded experience. So I'm only literally doing 55 miles an hour on this relatively busy part of the A2 at the moment. So I'm just getting, yeah. There's a second map right in front of me on the dashboard, as well as the main map, which is on a kind of a massive Google map type thing on the display to my left. Actually, the little sat nav on the dashboard in front of me is actually really nice. Actually, it's in a really good place. Usually on my Leaf, I don't really use the sat nav on the Leaf. It is relatively basic on the Nissan Leaf, so I tend to use my iPhone on Google Maps. But obviously with the Tesla, the sat nav on the front dash is really nice and very intuitive. So I wouldn't probably need it, to be honest. Now I've got the settings for those of you who are Tesla drivers on standard, not chill mode, and the regen is also on standard. So that will be probably the setting I'm going to leave it on for all the trip. I think this is only a weekend trip. I'm really not going to have a chance to explore everything this car has to offer. So I will leave it probably in the same settings, and any comments I make on the driving will be on those settings. It's the 100D. I'll put the exact specifications on the video. So although this won't have ludicrous mode, if you're going from something like a Leaf to a Model S or Model 3 or Model X, I think everything is going to feel like ludicrous mode at the beginning. So yeah, the acceleration on this is, well, it's awesome. I think you can't explain what it feels like to drive this Tesla, I think, unless you try it. Okay, so it's a little bit hot. It's quite a hot weekend today. It's actually a balmy 32 degrees today. So I've just turned the aircon on. I don't know, one observation there is it does take a little bit of getting used to turn the aircon on, that you have to shift your vision very briefly to the console to make the change. That is just a little bit more difficult than having the buttons to turn it on like I have in the Leaf. Now maybe that is just the fact that I've only been driving this car for 10 minutes, so it's a bit different, but it does feel a little distracting at first when you have to look away to very briefly to make adjustments on the big center console. I'm gonna just press on the accelerator just a tad. Let's try. Okay, that is I just edged my foot, pushed a little bit of oomph down the accelerator, and that is just some amazing power there. Wow. Wow. Okay, back in traffic now, so just slowed a little bit down back to 50. But so all I did there was I was doing 55, 60. the traffic calmed down a little bit, so there was room to go up to 70, which is the speed limit in the UK. And I just pressed on the accelerator and the whole car just leapt forward. That's amazing. And then as I came off a little bit to ease back, the regen didn't feel too aggressive. It brought me down, but it was comfortable. So in this regen setting, it was quite comfortable. Didn't feel too aggressive. Okay, I do realise that I'm now sounding like a Tesla fanboy. I can't help it. I mean, wow, I've just got the biggest internal Tesla grin going at the moment, and as I say, my heart is beating up here in my throat with excitement at the moment. It's just incredible. Right, okay, so the sat nav at the front is giving me a nice indication, telling me which lane to go in. As I say, the dashboard sat nav is very intuitive. So the in front of me on the dash cam, I also can see again the car recognizing all the other traffic on the road. There's a little computer generated image in front of me which shows the computer's detection of all the vehicles as they go past me. So the lever for the adaptive cruise control and autopilot is to your left. It looks a little bit like a second indicator actually. In fact, first time I went to press it, I pressed the indicator by mistake. It's just below it, a little bit smaller and stubbier. Click to engage it, and then you click up or down little clicks to change the adaptive speed that you wish. And if you click down hard, you add another 5 miles per hour to the speed. If you click down soft, it's just 1 or 2. And if you brake, obviously it disengages the adaptive cruise, just like on any other car, just like on my Leaf. So I'm going to try adaptive cruise control now, and that's nice. So I was going at okay, right, so the traffic's, let's see if it stays this way. I've set it, I'm going to set it not too fast. Let's just set to 65 and see what it does. Wow. So it's catching up with the guy in front a little bit. Is it slowing down? Ah, yes. Okay. So I've set it at 65. There was a guy in front of me and he was taking a turning off. And as he did so, the speed limit did automatically adjust. In fact, it's adjusted now to 62 miles an hour because there's a guy in front of me. It does feel a little bit nervous. I keep feeling I must go for the brake. I've never used adaptive cruise before. It does feel like it gets a little bit closer than I'm like. Okay, it's slowed down now to 57. The guy in front of me is still keeping a reasonable distance from the guy in front, but I don't know. If I was driving manually, I might have kept a little bit more than that, but it is slowing down. It's slowed to 57. Okay. Again, it's the first time I've driven adaptive cruise control. Now I know that lots of cars have got adaptive cruise control, and this is not just a Tesla function, even I think some of the new Leafs. So this is me just trying a function which I have never tried. I've just got a 30 kilowatt Nissan Leaf Ascenta from 2016. It has normal cruise control but not adaptive. It does feel really alien. I'm hovering, almost wanting to hit the brake, but I've told it to go at 65 miles an hour and it's keeping its distance from the car in front. I will have to have a look at the settings. It'd be nice if I could adjust the settings so that it keeps a little bit more of a distance than this, because I like a little bit more gap between me and the guy in front personally. But it's doing it. It's keeping a nice even distance. I can't say I'm quite relaxed yet. I'm more excited than relaxed. But I am really enjoying this. I think if you haven't driven a Tesla before, hey, just rent it for a day, rent it for a few hours, just give it a go. That's great. Yeah, so somebody just came straight in front of me. The car straight away detected it and nicely slowed down. Wow. Oh, that's impressive. That's impressive. There was a sudden slowing in the traffic and the Tesla just detected it automatically, nicely slowed down. Very nice. I tell you what it feels like driving this Tesla on the motorway. It just feels like you've got a computer that's just giving you a guiding hand, just a little bit of gentle help, and I think that is incredibly a really safe feeling. Really safe feeling. Right, I am in an unfortunate traffic jam on my way home on the M25. It's stop-start traffic going about between 10 and 40 miles an hour. But this is incredible, the feeling of control. I've set the adaptive cruise control at 30 miles an hour because no one is going anywhere near that speed. And it's lovely. The car slows down in front, the Tesla slows down. The car speeds up, the Tesla speeds up. I mean, it is so smooth, so smooth. I'm getting used to just taking my foot off and just watching it control the traffic. This is like driving. This is driving the future now. I mean, it just, look at it. I'm just doing nothing. The car is doing all the work. Amazing. One of the other little things that they showed me at EV Vision when they were going through it, all the little bits and bobs. On the speech control, if you have it on Spotify, you just press it and you can play any song you like. And the music, the quality is fantastic. I mean, it's brilliant. The music quality is just crystal clear, lovely sounding. I would put it on, but as I'm putting this up on YouTube, I'll probably become a cropper of the copyright laws, so can't put the music on. But you'll have to take my word for it that sound quality is fantastic. And there we are. See, the car in front has just stopped to almost 5 or 6 miles an hour, and the car is just doing it. I mean, it does feel a bit strange. The car is doing all the work, but it's doing a splendid job. Right. Anyway, I'll cut back in a minute. I've got to change lanes because I think the lane I'm in is going to be closing a little way ahead. So I'll catch up again in a minute. That's the end of this episode. This will be a 2-part episode looking at my experiences of driving a Tesla for the weekend. So please don't forget to check out my second episode, which will be up in my channel very shortly. In the second episode, I'll be using the Tesla supercharger network, and I'll be getting the Tesla home to have a real play with the gadgets. And finally, I'll be giving my thoughts on what it's like to drive a Tesla from the point of view of a Leaf driver. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did enjoy that episode, please don't forget to share it on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever social media you use. It really does help out my channel, and I really do appreciate it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell to get new episodes as soon as I release them. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is the PlugSeeker signing off. Happy charging, everyone.